Hello and welcome back to another Let's Roleplay of Dragon Age Inquisition. This is Dalen 75 Games. I'm playing as Theron, the Dalish Mage. Now, I'm not sure how many of these videos I can make. I suppose if it's gonna go okay, like not be too choppy, I can continue playing. Thanks to a tip from a subscriber, I believe he's a subscriber, who goes by the name James Peter Jerome Jeffries, to change the mesh, and we'll get rid of the shiny hair. And it did. On medium setting for mesh, still no change, but high, it actually fixed it. It looks like real hair. Problem is, I haven't actually tried running the game, so I don't know if it's going to affect how choppy the game will actually be, or how slow the frame rate will be. So I did notice that everybody in the group has gained levels. Cassandra, Solus, and Varric are all 3, and I gained 1. I'm 4 now. Now I was going to go into Spirit and Peaceful Aura, Threat Reduction. Guardian Spirit. A protective barrier springs into place around you automatically when you're badly injured. That's actually very helpful. But I want to go with this Elegant Defense. I like to flesh out each ability, like in how it is in Dragon Age 2. I really like that. You have learned to cast Barrier with a more stable magical pattern. Each time a barrier you cast expires, the ability's cooldown time is reduced. So we'll get that. And I'm going to go Offensive Power for the next one. I'll keep switching back and forth. Of course, I've never played this game before. I mean, I'm playing it bit by bit. You guys are seeing it. Today is Monday the 24th. My video card is supposed to be here by December 5th. Now, I don't see how... I mean, it's on the other side of Canada. I'm in Vancouver. It's in Ontario somewhere. I can't see it taking 10 full weekdays to get out here. I was hoping it'd be out here this week. So, by the end of the week... so a few days from now. So I'm going to make a few videos every day. I don't want to make, like, sometimes I make 10, 15 more over a couple day period, and I'm way ahead with my count. I don't want to do that because the graphics are so much better. It can be so much better. I mean, you guys won't notice the difference. You're still going to get one a day, but for me, oh, I have this. Do I have this ability? Why is it brighter? Okay, no. Just seems brighter than the other ones. But yeah, so I'm gonna put them out slowly. I really regret not getting a better video card earlier than this. Okay, let's go back to the character records. Let's see what the other guys have. Cassandra. Okay, so she is Weapon and Shield, obviously. So she can probably also delve into Battle Master and Vanguard. Well, Vanguard, yeah, it's protection. Protect their allies by making themselves the biggest target in the battlefield when enemies take the bait. Vanguards pick them apart with brutal precision. Battle Master. These cunning warriors control the battlefield and everyone on it. They bolster their allies, hamper their enemies, and take advantage of any sign of weakness. Now, I also know that there are specializations. They're not here. I watched a few videos put out by BioWare for Dragon Age on YouTube, and they said that you can specialize. So let's see what she has here in Weapon and Shield. Okay, she already has 2 things chosen. Shield Wall, and she's got Payback Strike. You recover from any disabled condition and lash out with a great blow against nearby enemies. If you've recently taken damage, you hit that much harder and stagger your foes. That's nice. Well, you know what? We can grab these 2 abilities. Warrior's Resolve. You know, if she's a tank, it's not too out of the question to fill out the whole first tree. For defensive-wise, that's what I did with Aveline in Dragon Age 2. So, Shield Wall, you stand firm and block incoming attacks at the cost of stamina. Each block adds to your guard. You move much more slowly while sustaining this ability. Chevalier's Step. When you use Shield Wall, your movement is not slowed as much. You also protect nearby allies by giving them improved armor. Alright, so 4 meters, armor bonus 30%. Sweet Revenge. You do more damage with Payback Strike, and if you've recently taken damage, you also stun taunted enemies. Nice. Damage bonus, 200%. Alright, so we'll do that. It opened up at the next level of the tree. So, okay, Cassandra's done. Let's go to Solus. Now, I think he was going Ice, wasn't he? Yeah, he was using Ice ability, Winter, to get used to the change in names. Masters of the School of Magic summon cold that bites deeper than the cruelest winter. Their icy spells slow and weaken enemies. Very helpful. Okay, so he's got Winter's Grasp. That's common in Dragon Age Origins to have that. Even you can have that in Dragon Age 2, but they put all the elemental abilities into one well, just fire and ice into one tree in Dragon Age 2. It's simplified, but I actually liked it. You can get it all pretty easily. But there's more. There's obviously more, yeah, way more things that you can choose in this one. Okay, so he has, you lock a target in a sheet of ice with Winter's Grasp, freezing it in place. Ice damage, 200% weapon damage. Oh, nice. So it's actually helpful when they're frozen. Winter's Chill, well, weapon damage, so that'll never really affect me as a mage. Winter's Grasp, okay, Winter's Chill. Winter's Grasp now damages and kills nearby enemies as well. However, only the primary target is frozen. Oh. Well, we'll do that. Then, let's go back. Click on this. Click on this. Click on this. Spirit. He has just the first one chosen. So he's got Barrier, which is what I also went with. So let's give him Elegant Defense. So that's that for Solus. Let's go to Varric, the Rogue. It's a different tree altogether. He's not going double daggers. He's Archery. And there's Sabotage and Subterfuge. Well, Sabotage is experts in these talents specialize in poisons and traps. Their dirty tricks leave enemies sick and limping. Easy pickings for a sharp blade or a barbed arrow. I think he's already, yeah, he's got a point in here. It says Caltrops. So click on this. Yeah, he's got Caltrops. You scatter spikes down behind you, hurting and slowing down enemies who come after you. This ability is considered a trap for any abilities that enhance or affect traps. So he can coat his weapons in poison as well. Okay, so it looks like he'll go this and Archery. So I'll put 1 point in this. Tread lightly. Your caltrops cover a wider area and impede enemies even more. Okay, so we got that. And then let's get out of this. Let's go to Archery. Experts in this style are masters of ranged combat. They can avoid enemies that attempt to close, but put arrows or bolts through multiple foes, and even unleash explosive shots to devastating effect. Now, he's already gone with Long Shot. You fire a powerful single shot that delivers more damage the farther you are from a target. So let's go Archer's Lance. Long Shot now rips through every enemy along its path, doing bonus damage for each extra target it hits. Very nice. Okay. How do I get out of this? Definitely don't want to auto level up. I like to level up my characters. Now, Journal. Inquisitor's Path. As Inquisition's power grows, it gains enemies in equal measure. It will take an iron will to bring Thetis back from the brink of chaos, but that is precisely what must be done. The threat remains. The breach is calm, but the trouble is only beginning. Travel to the hinterlands to speak with Mother Giselle. Now, we already sent spies out there, I believe, yeah. That's by Redcliffe, is it not? So, the Fallow Mire. The Fallow Mire is a sprawling stretch of isolated marshland in southwestern Ferelden. The muggy, treacherous bog was once home to a small fishing community called Fisher's End, which was wiped out by a plague that swept through a few years ago. And there's Haven. Can we open these up? Yeah, Lost Souls. Inquisition soldiers are missing in the uncharted marshes of southern Ferelden. Power required. You need 8? Go to the war table to locate the soldiers. So it says 1 of 8. I take it you need 8 power? Is that to go do that? Haven. Haven once offered respite for pilgrims traveling to the Temple of Sacred Ashes farther into the Frostback Mountains. In the wake of the temple's destruction, the storied village, which was also home to a dragon worshipping cult during the Fifth Blight, now serves as a makeshift camp for those working to pick up the pieces. Know thy enemy. Some items recovered in battle may later be worth studying. Give Minivive an item research. We already did that. I did that in the last video. I can click on her again. Or maybe she is currently studying it, or maybe I have to pick it up from her, I don't know. The Storm Coast. The Storm Coast is a sparsely populated stretch of shoreline along the Waking Sea. Ancient dwarven ruins, abandoned since the Divine Age, still line the coast, their architects long forgotten. Vigilance on the coast. There are reports of a small group of Grey Wardens traveling along the northern coast of Ferelden in an area known as the Storm Coast. Need 4 power. Go to the war table to scout the Storm Coast. Okay, so look for the Grey Wardens along Storm Coast. I'm still not sure how the power thing works yet. The other issue is this game's been out for 6 days now, and I kind of feel like I kind of started with everybody at the beginning of the race, and then I went maybe a tiny distance, and everybody's way past me, and I'm kind of left behind. That's exactly how I feel, because if I had bought this normally and I'm not making a let's play, I would have gotten either finished it or gotten really far into it by now, 6 days later. I don't think I would have finished it because my time's kind of limited with, you know, everything going on in my life. But I would have gotten pretty far into it. Right now, I mean, I'm the equivalent of maybe 2 hours into it with this video. 10 videos, each one is 20 minutes approximately. So, well, yeah, it's more than 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. But anyways, yeah, it kind of sucks. And I know the other thing I could do is play a different character, but I don't want to ruin it. A lot of this stuff is all a surprise to me. So please, yeah, nobody tell me what's coming ahead, or I'll block your damn comments. Or I'll stop reading them altogether and no response from me. Alright, so anyways, the Codex, I haven't looked in the Codex. I'm sure it's pretty huge. There's been a lot of things. I do read them as they come along. Cassandra. Oh, so yeah, there's things about each of the character. Cullen, Divine, Justinia the Fifth. I actually wouldn't mind reading these about each character. Cassandra Pendergast, Lord Seeker Lucius, I am fully aware of the intent behind your predecessor's declaration. Lord Seeker Lambert pried the Templars away from the Chantry control and led them into an assault upon all mages. For reasons you both find justified, I, however, am uncertain when the Seekers of Truth went from guarding against injustice to perpetrating it. If you truly believe that is not the case, I suggest you look out a window at the chaos this war has caused and ask yourself if Thedas will recover even if you are victorious. I remain at Divine Justinia's right hand and will stay there even if you brand me a traitor. I am sorry, but there is too much at stake to swerve from the path we willingly followed at the Chantry's foundation. From a letter by Seeker Cassandra Pendergast to Lord Seeker Lucius Coran, Dragon 939. That's before this. This is 2 years ago. Cullen. Now, you should know who Cullen is from Dragon Age 1 and 2. Not so much 1, he had a small part, but 2, he had a fairly large part, especially at the end. He was basically Meredith's right hand. He was the Knight Captain of the Templars in Kirkwall. Whatever you have heard of Kirkwall's rebellion, the truth is far worse. I would spare you that. What remains of Kirkwall's Templars have been under my command for the past few years. We have done what we could to assist with the city's recovery, to restore some semblance of order, but my time here is done. Seeker Pendergast has approached me. She wishes to stop the war between mages and Templars. She has been recruiting men and women to the cause and wishes me to oversee the group's military concerns. If the conclave goes well, then we will not be needed. If not, we stand ready. I have decided to take Seeker Pendergast's offer. The circles have fallen. I can give no more to the Templars' order, nor it to me. The Maker has shown me a new path. I must take it. Excerpt from a letter sent to Southreach by Commander Cullen. So what that says is that Cassandra is preparing before this, probably since interrogating Varric, or even before that actually, which, you know, begins at the beginning of Dragon Age 2. Divine Justinia the Fifth. Now this is the Divine, the head of the Chantry, which basically is the spiritual head, like the Pope, or yeah, any head of any other religion. Formerly the revered Mother Dorothea of Orlais, Divine Justinia V rose to power after the death of Divine Beatrix III in the year 934 of the Dragon Age. Little is known of Dorothea's background before she joined the Chantry as an initiate, but she proved to be a liberal and daring thinker, willing to take a former bard and lay sister Liliana as a close advisor. A headstrong devotion to her own agenda and rumored support of the Mage Rebellion earned her no small dislike from the powerful priests long used to controlling access to the Divine. In the year 940 of the Dragon Age, Divine Justinia called a summit, intending to negotiate a truce between the Mage Rebellion and the Templars splintered from the Chantry. The Divine Conclave was held at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, the most holy place in Thedas. Before a resolution could be reached, a cataclysmic explosion destroyed the Conclave, consumed the temple, rent the sky, and shattered the world's hope for peace. Sounds like Anders struck again, kind of, to me. That's all OOC, of course. Divine Justinia V perished in the Temple of Sacred Ashes. The Chantry flounders, leaderless in the wake of her death, and its fate grows increasingly uncertain. If order is not restored to Thedas, Justinia V might be remembered as the Chantry's final Divine. Yeah. Why would it choose that exact spot? That's way too specific, I think. That's obviously somebody intended that to happen. It does kind of seem like Anders struck again. High Chancellor Roderick. Oh, is this the guy that wants to take me back to Orlais to be executed. There are some who claim men have no place in the Chantry. Beyond the lowest rank of scholarly brothers and those who take their place amongst the Templars, it is not true. This is an organization spanning 7 nations, from the smallest village Chantry to the Grand Cathedral in Val Royeaux. It takes more than sermons to keep it alive. There is an invisible army at work ensuring meals are delivered, repairs are made, and faithful attended to, and much of it done by Chantry brothers like myself. The position of High Chancellor places a man beside the most holy. I control who is permitted audience, handle her correspondence, deliver her word to Thetis, and serve as her advisor on matters which may be mundane but cannot be disregarded. If I have influence, let it be said it is something I use sparingly, if at all. This is a task to which I devote myself with solemnity, I guess. It's not a word I ever said out loud, solemnity. I and my fellows bear a burden so that others are free to guide the spirits of Thetis unencumbered, except from a letter by High Chancellor Roderick Assignon. Call him Asinine. 938 Dragon, 3 years ago. See, they said Jovine Justinian is dead, but we saw something like an echo or the future, a vision. It was a vision. Whenever that takes place, she was calling out for me to help her. Okay, Josephine Montilet. Montilet? It's Spanish. Well, based on Spanish, but it's actually, what do you call that? Antivan. Josephine Montilet is a noble from the nation of Antiva. She was educated in Val Royeaux, where she built connections among the court. Once she finished her schooling, at a surprisingly young age, Lady Montilet became the official diplomat between King Fogeno of Antiva to Empress Celine of Orlais. The appointment suits her. She is well-traveled, familiar with many forms of etiquette, and by all accounts a skilled negotiator. If that endorsement does not suffice, Josephine is a personal friend. I have faith in her. We require someone both influential and trustworthy to be an ambassador for the Inquisition. You cannot tell me you would prefer to take the job yourself, Sister Liliana. Lavalin of the Dalish. So this is my tribe. The Dalish are elves who refuse to live in human cities where their people are... Actually, does this keep going? I thought this is the end. So there's a whole bunch more. Solus, Varric Tethras, Liliana. Well, you know what? It does make sense to read each one of these, but I'm going to read this one, then spread out the other ones. The Dalish are elves who refuse to live in human cities where their people are exploited, having few rights. They chose to eke out an independent existence in the forests, attempting to keep the last remnants of their ancient culture alive. Theron is from Clan Lavalin, a group of Dalish who migrated around the perpetually feuding Free Marches. Theron's people travel along the borders of each city-state's territory where Free March rulers will be less inclined to attack them for fear of accidentally provoking neighboring cities. Theron manifested a talent for magic as a child. The clan's leader, Keeper Dashana Istemathoriel Lavalin, taught him how to control and hone his new powers. Theron grew into a capable mage and far away from the eyes of Templars and mage circles. When tension between the two factions erupted in warfare spilling out in the countryside, Clan Lavalin was forced to pick up and move. Theron's keeper sent him to spy on the Conclave of Haven as the outcome might determine the fate of his own clan. After the explosion that killed the Divine, Theron was the only survivor at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Rumors that the mysterious mark on his hand is a sign of the Maker's favor were spread by those who claimed they saw the Divine Prophet, Andraste herself lead Lavalin out of the Fade. Interesting. What's this show image? Okay. Yeah, that is interesting because we also picked up on seeing the Divine. It was like looking into a bit of the Fade itself. I wonder if that's not where a lot of the people ended up that were at the Conclave. Okay, so you see the shininess is gone.
Hello? Can I help you with something?
Investigate. So I did talk to her last video. I predicted the tranquil Y City Crickers. Well, I already handed it over to her, so...
I'll speak with you later.
Yeah.
Travel safely.
So I don't know what to do about that, but, you know, I can only do what I can do. Let's go out. Now, if it starts to get really choppy and, like, the frame rate drops in the cutscenes, I'm going to have to make this my last video until my video card comes, because it's kind of unacceptable to have the graphics so poor as they've been. Who wants to see, like, gooped gel hair everywhere you go? Yeah, it's a little choppy right now. I'm getting between well, when I let it sit still, it says 57 frame rate, but when I move, it dumps down to just under 30. Okay, so what's this? Read. The Maker. Well, we've read a lot. Code unlocked. Codex unlocked. The Maker.
One God, one life, one death. There is but one God, and He is our Maker.
So the Shem say. The Dalish have another opinion on the matter. However, this is pretty intriguing. Wow. I don't have much of a choice. I don't think there's anything to do in Orlais at this point. So I'll go to Ferelden. So this is to...
We'll post soldiers a safe distance from the temple.
Our best guess at safe, anyway.
Inquisition perks, power 1. So you are required to get certain power. Scout the hinterlands. This is what we already did we not? Yeah. This is completed. How do you get back? Okay. Well, it says to fast travel. Can I do that? I don't know. I'm gonna click on it. Would you like to gather your party and venture to the hinterlands now? Interesting. Gather coin available. Up until now, Inquisition forces have had the benefit of the Chantry's deep coffers. Now the Inquisition is forced to seek out its own sources of revenue if it is going to grow further. Trade in and out of Haven is limited at this point, but there are various opportunities to earn coin, provided the Inquisition is willing to focus its efforts on the matter. Required. Is that 1 day? Liliana. Okay. Josephine. Trading in favors with merchants and the nobility is my specialty. It could earn us a great deal if we're careful. Liliana. It would be a simple matter to collect secrets and sell them with nothing traceable back to the Inquisition. Okay, so she can do that. There's nothing to be able to trace back, but Josephine has the promise of making a lot of coin. Cullen. We have soldiers. Let them protect caravans and do other honest work for coin. Do I choose one of them? I think I do, correct? I think I'm going to go with Josephine.
Let us begin.
So, 48 minutes. That would seem to be real time. Okay. So it wasn't 1 day. Yeah. I mean, I could have done it with Liliana. No one would be able to trace it back, but I didn't do it. So, Turn of High Ever. To whom it concerns, the Turner of High Ever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had high hopes that her conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in High Ever in remembrance of Justinia and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend, sincerely. So this is 15 minutes of my time. Well, she's busy on another mission. We should send a diplomatic attaché and some of the Templars who knew the Divine. I know Turn Kuzlin, and I knew Justinia. I can't attend, but I could write to him. Cullen, we have a number of Ferelden officers we could send an honor guard to High Ever. So this is maybe a she's a diplomat. This is more like a diplomatic mission, but she's gonna be busy for like the next the next 45 minutes, I guess. She can't attend, but maybe Liliana's familiarity would help here.
Let's see what we have.
Yeah. Okay, so her letter will help. So I am basically doling out missions to my people that work with us. Address a nobleman's concern. Harold, your Inquisition says it's for order against chaos, reason in darkness. If you stand by this, come forth and drive the heretics from my lands. They claim to be refugees, but I have seen elves and apostates among them. Filthy savages tearing at our roots. Our monarch refuses to send forth armies, and my own knights were decimated at the conclave. I require your aid to return peace to my lands. Prove your loyalty, and I will see you richly rewarded for your faith. So Cullen says we could send a few patrols, but I preferred they help the refugees, not this Lord Kildarn. What do the other people say? We can take advantage of his raving. My spies can harass the refugees into moving somewhere else to win Lord Kildarn's favor. That actually sounds better coming from Liliana. Ah, yes, Lord Kildarn, a pariah even among his peers. Let us send a polite refusal and nothing more. I think Liliana is best for that, actually. Okay. Turn of High Ever. It's in progress. Hard in Hightown. Varric's Revenge? Why is this busy? Well, there's a bunch of things that he's saying here. So I'll probably leave the end of the video here and leave it at that, and we'll restart where I left off in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again.